Hey everybody, it's me, Jesse, and today we're going to start working on a new project. Well, the project isn't new, but it's new for the stream. It's a React Native project. You can see it's an app, and let's see. Let me show you the screen we'll be working on. All right, so me working on this screen, the style for these cards is going to change, and I'll show you what it's going to change to in a second. Here's my screen. It's going to change over to this. Let's see if we can make it, if we could zoom in. So it's going to change to look like this with these a little bit different style, some buttons with some options. And I'm going to move this over to my other screen. And oops, I lost the live stream chat. So yeah, so if you're joining for the first time, I'm gonna do some work. This is my actual job. So these are real projects that I'm working on. I will be answering questions as I go along. So feel free to put your questions in the chat. If you're catching this recording later on, you can put your questions in the comments. Otherwise, I'm gonna code. Sometimes I talk a little bit depending on what happens in the chat. So just bear with me, and there'll be coding and a little bit of chatting as well. Hopefully, we all learn something and get something accomplished while we're at it. All right, so this is the component that gives us this UI, and we do need to change it a bit. Okay, so right away, some of the things that stand out that needs to be changed. Um, the image, there'll no longer be an image up here. There's going to be, it's going to say who the author is and give like the avatar of the author. There's going to be buttons on the bottom. And then the image, if there is one, will appear towards the bottom of the post. So first things first, let's move this image. This is kind of an easy one to do. Oops, actually, I wanna switch to a new branch as well. So I have a little system for naming my branches, and I'll show you how I do that. So let's just make sure nothing is changed. I did a pull this morning to make sure I have the latest updates on the main branch. So that is up to date. And I'm going to say get checkout with the flag B, and that'll let me name the branch. And I'm going to name it um, 388 because the issue in GitHub that references um, this task that we're working on is issue number 388. So I'm going to put 388 and I'm going to say post card re postcard redesign. Yeah, that seems like good description of what we're doing. Now, because I did get checkout with the B flag, it both created and checked out that branch. So I always like to do it together like that. That way I don't forget to check out the branch. If I just create a branch, sometimes I'll keep working on my current branch and forget to switch over. So I did that enough times that now I always create a branch and switch at the same time. All right, so now that we're on a fresh branch, let's get to work. So first things first, let's take this post image and we're going to move it down to the bottom. And yeah, there we are. Move it to the bottom. Whoa, what did I do? Accidentally clicked that. All right, so that's gonna look not so great at first until we get some styles in there. And I need to find my, there it is. I lost my designs on my other screen there. All right, so at the top, uh, we need to, we're gonna need to, let's get rid of this clock icon. We don't need that anymore. And we also will no longer have this, it looks like we're no longer gonna have a title. Were we displaying the title? Yeah, we were. We're not gonna have a title anymore. At least that's what it looks like in the designs. So we're gonna take the title out. Let me know. Hey, John's here. How's it going, John? Let me know if the font is too small as well. I think that's the same, the normal size, but if it's too small, I can make it bigger. All right, so we're taking out the, let's, for now, I wonder if I can fit, it's gonna be tough to fit everything on the screen, but I kind of want to fit this on the screen just for a little bit, just to, so that we can all see the comparison here, what we're doing. So we're going to change this on the right hand side into this on the left hand side. Yeah. And let me go down to one. There we are. So let's see. The image actually looks very similar, like pretty much the same. The only thing that I would see that's different here is the padding is a little bit different, but we can get to that in a minute. But all right, let's save. We have a component. We actually have a component called the avatar component that we might be able to just pull in, but we don't have the data. Do we have the data? User? We might have the user data that we need for that component. So let's save just to see our changes here. So we've removed some of what we needed to remove, but we need post array. Let's see. We need the post content. I guess we're getting everything. It looks like we're getting all the data. We need to look and see where we're actually getting. So we need to basically go up one level in the component and see where we're getting this data from. So we're here in post content. Oh, John says it's still hot there. John's up in Canada, and it is very warm in Canada. What would you say? It's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or what was it, around 30 Celsius? I think that's what it was. Um, let's see. So if we go up one level to the index, we can see where we're getting the data. And it looks like, yep, we're getting all the data for posts right now. I believe we are. User. Get data. There we are. Community actions. Community ID. All right, so we've got some stuff going on in Redux in terms of what the community data that we're getting. So I do want to see what's being passed in to posts. So we're just passing in all the posts with basically all the data we have on the post. We're not, um, there's nothing left out there. So if we console log posts, we should be able to see all the data that we're getting right now, which would be useful to see. So let's do that. Let's just put in use effects. Actually, how's that work? There we go. That's the syntax. Let's see what we're getting here. We'll console log post. Save that. I don't know, why am I getting all these, oh, that's why. There we go. There's some weird thing with Macs and PCs within this LF and CRLF, and since most, I don't really understand, but it's the project is being built on Macs and PCs, and for some reason, I can't get that to work right, and it gives me little arrows everywhere. All right, but I want to go back to that community that we went to, develop updates, and let's see what we get logged in our console. Where's our console? Here's our console. We probably could pull up a debugger and get a nicer looking console, but let me just make this bigger if I can. It's not letting me make it bigger. Whoops. Debug. Let's try to connect to debugger. I don't know if I have a good debugger installed. There we go. At least I'll be able to get, I should be able to get logs in the console now. See if we can get back to where we were. Like when I tried to make it bigger, I hit some type of make the font bigger here in the console. I hit some type of shortcut, and I don't know what I did over here in the app, but it just went a bit wild. Oh, we just got a notification. Amazon's early Prime Day has begun. So if you like shopping, you could get on that. Taking quite a while. I have been running into the issue of the debugger. Basically the app won't load with the debugger open. So let me close it. And maybe I'll turn off debugging. Doesn't seem to be working. I can, let's find stop debugging. And now we'll try to reload. So this is one of the reasons why React Native is a little bit trickier than native develop or just regular React development. Um, the Okay, let's close it. Oops, wrong one. See, you can actually text message people. Why I keep clicking the wrong one? You can send text messages in the app, which I was testing out one day, so it must have still been saved in there. There we are. All right, now I'm gonna try to turn on the debugging tools. All right, that took a while. Now we should get a console log when we go to the post page. And now, there we are. Now it should be formatted and we can see it. See, that's what React Native just takes longer. So all we were doing was trying to console log something, and it took what? I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe more. Hey, Amon's in the chat. How's it going? But basically what I wanted to see here was what data we're getting and what the names were for the data. So we have content. That's what we want. I wanted content. For now, at least, that's what I wanted. Let me move this over to my other screen for a minute so we have some room. And I'm going to leave that console log in here for now, just so that we can refer back to it. Let's see, there's some stuff in the chat. I'm going to go to it right after we add this. So I think let's add back in that title element. Oh, no. I started to undo things. There we are. Post title. That's what it was called. Let's add post title back in, but let's put it down here. And let's add post content. And let's see what we get. We're going to have to shorten this content if we get too much. We got nothing. Save that again. We have content there, don't we? We do. Let's see if our auto refresh is working or not. Oh, there we are. It just was taking a while. Oops. It's going slowly. All right, I assume it's just going slow, and the back is going to work here in a second. But while I'm waiting for that, let me go to the chat. Let's see. John says, I keep seeing Medium articles on why we should get rid of console log. Really? Uh, yeah, it seems like every so often people post something about why you shouldn't console log, or I honestly, console logs are a very quick, helpful way to debug something or to see what kind of data you're getting, right? Like, it's just, I like console logs, right? Are there better tools for some things? Yeah, but console logs are still just a very easy way to do it. John says that error, that CRLF error, is a pain. Can't understand it all, but set a rule and prettier. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The best way to go is just try to set a rule around it. Um, if anybody has any tips on how to deal with like getting the red squiggly lines for stuff related to the LF and CRLF stuff, uh, please let me know. Oh, Amon says, I asked Amon how he's doing. He said, going good. How about you? Not bad, not bad. It's Monday mornings are always hard to get started, but now I got started working and doing a stream, so that's good. Okay. Explore Freak says, can you share where you have written console? Just join. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is what we logged in the console. Just some data. Um, and we've successfully grabbed the content and put it here. And for now, this looks okay because we don't have a lot of content, but we do need to limit the amount of content that shows up here. So that's something we're going to have to do at some point. Not necessarily right now, but we may already have. We're probably already doing this elsewhere in the app, so we could just reuse that code. But for now, we have posts, and let's also, I want to console log user to see what kind of user data we have. Save that, and let's see. It's not showing up on the other screen yet. Let me switch tabs and see if I can get it to show up. All right, so it looks like it hasn't refreshed yet. When it does, I'll bring it over. It could be that how's the stream doing? It looks like it's good condition. Let me know if the stream is lagging or anything. Because running Android Studio sometimes is a little rough on the computer. First name. Okay, so we get first name and last name from our user object, and we get an image URL. Wonderful. So we can add in a little image of the user and their first and last name. So let's do that. Now there's a component called, I believe it's called TB avatar. Let's see if we can add that in at the top here. TB avatar. And then let's see what it takes. So a size, first name, last name, type, style, image, and grade user icon. All right, so let's first of all put in first and last name. We'll see what the default size is. But first name should equal user dot first name. Last name is user dot last name, and image is going to equal user dot let's see, img URL. Yep. All right, let's see what we get. Looks like sorry if you can hear a lot of noise. My kids are home and they're running around right above me upstairs, so that might be the noise. Let's see. All right. So I had asked about the whether the stream was lagging or not, and it looks like everything's good. John says, I wonder if you set a network debugging throttle in DevTools, it can falsely slow page response. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Um, Let me check out my DevTools. Oh, I think I got it over. I had it over here. Network. Let's see. Is it? I can't remember where. Performance? No. I can't remember what the tab is. Oh, yeah, no throttling. That's it. So that should be good. That is weird. Did it seem like it was going slower once I turned on the debugger? We could turn off debugging and see if it goes a little faster. Let's just stop debugging for now. We can still see console stuff here in this console. All right, so it looks like we're not getting... Oh, you know what? I put the wrong data in here anyway. So for some reason, this is not working, but now that I think about it, this is the wrong data. The data that we needed was user data, or I'm sorry, not user data. We need data from the author of the post, which right now we're getting null for author, which is not good. Let me go. Oops. Let's go somewhere else. Develop a team. No, that's not it. I might need to turn back on debugging because we need to get. Oh no, I can see. I forgot I can see it. Develop a team. There should be something where we still have an author over here. Wow, that's not even giving us any data. Seems like something's wrong. All right. Well, interesting. Oh, I forgot. Some of our posts are in HTML format. So we need to put that in a web view. That's going to be tough. All right, let's see if we got an author in some of this. To finish your emails. Let's just grab this. Oh, no. What is it doing? I don't know what just happened. There we are. I just quit the process for now because that was wild. We'll start it back up. John says, thought that was distant thunder. I think talking about all the noise my kids are making. Yeah, this sounds like thunder up there, all the running and jumping. All right. So this will take a minute to get started. We can go at this. You can check this out while we're at it though. And so instead of user, we really want this to be author. So I guess what we should do is say post author. And if we have a post author, then we're going to display this. Now, the reason, like, maybe we wouldn't have a post author is potentially we may have some issues, like if the user's account has been deleted, the post might still be there, but the user's no longer there. So in that case, we might actually want to display, instead of displaying nothing, why don't we do this? I think we can pass in a, let's see, great user icon. This should display if there's no image. Well, let's do this. We pass. No, it's not going to like that. Let's check out this TB avatar component and just see what's going on here. So we have an image here. And if there is an image, it displays it. If there's no image, which really shouldn't, if we can potentially have no image, then image needs to be, oh, this isn't our, okay, yeah, image is optional. So this is TypeScript interface. Our image is optional. Type user. All right, I need to pass in type user, and we should get that, at least the avatar of a user. So that's what we need. User type. Wonder what's going on here. Let's see. Okay, John posted some code for the image thing. That's basically what I was gonna do. But I think we already have that built into the component. So now that we check that out, I think we're good. Let's see, what is this? All right, it's still bundling. It's doing something. We got some stuff going on here. Yeah, I think while I'm streaming, it's takes quite a bit of resources for React to do its thing. Maybe I'll switch the next stream. Maybe I'll try it on my Mac and see if I have better luck there. I know Android Studio is pretty notorious for taking up resources, which, let me close out Android Studio because I only had it opened to fix a Gradle build problem earlier. Let's exit Android Studio, see if we get any better performance at least. Let's see. We'll just end that and start it up again. If I can't get it working, we might have to end the stream. Because I mean, we can still code, but we won't be able to see what's going on with the code. Hopefully, closing Android Studio will help though. All right, there we go. Got one window, the other window, get Tabella. All right, it's already going faster than the last time, so I have hope for this time. All right, let's at least bring up our design to see what our next step is. Let's close the debugger. All right, so what we should have is something like this. An avatar, and then if the user has an image, then it'll display. Otherwise, we'll get just a little icon that looks like a little person. Then we'll have first and last name displayed here, and then we'll have to see with this 5 minutes ago how we can get that to display properly, because I don't think the avatar component currently handles that. We may have to add in, yeah, we may have to edit that TB avatar component to allow us to add in like some subtext. Hey, it works. Yeah, it must have been Android Studio just slowing things down. All right, so what we need to find, let's go to this Tabella team, because I know that we have users here. Well, at least I thought we had users here. Well, this will work. All right, let's see let's go. Let's change this to author. Let's just see if it works to say author. I guess it'll be post author, huh? Let's save it. What we could do to check is actually just put in some names just to see if we can get them to show up. Let's do that. Let's just pass in a name. See if we can get something. So like this component, it looks like it's working. So like this is the author. Interesting. So like even when we pass in, let's pass in both first and last name. Even when we're passing in first and last name, it's not displaying. You can try to pass in an image URL. Let's grab a URL. Hey, Kirk's in the chat. How's it going? My normal placeholder site is not working, so I need an image. Oh, this is nice. This is an image of a cute little dog. Let's put this little dog in there. So as you know, I do like to put in images of Bill Murray, but I've been known to put in a dog image on occasion. This might be our problem. Image source prop type. Maybe it wants it like this. So it's possible. Yay, there we are. Oh, it's just focusing in like on the very like middle of the image. So let's see if we can do 200. See if we can do like 100 by 100. Oh, there we are. Little puppy. Okay. All right. So now that we know that, let's try to actually put in the post author image URL. There we are. Now we've got the image. And it looks like, I mean, maybe it's just the text that's not working. So let's go post author. Nope, first name. Post author last name. All right, so I'm assuming we're getting the right name in here. Maybe it's just the font color that's different. Like, what's the font color here? TV avatar. Oh, you know what? I know why this isn't working. It's not supposed to display the first and last name. This component just displays the avatar. It only uses the first and last name to get your initials. So if you don't have the avatar, it'll display your first and last initial. That's why. Whew, it's been a while since I worked on this project. All right. Glad at least that I figured that one out. So the next thing that we need to do then is have the author's first and last name displayed. So let's make a div here. And this div is going to be our outer container for everything. Then we're going to make another div that's going to be our container for our text. And it will be, whoops, didn't put div. Our text is going to be post author first name. And let's do it like this. We can put all this text in one spot. So it's going to be post author first name. We're going to use a template literal. We use template literal syntax here. And then we'll give it a space. And then post author last name. Whoops. I didn't close one of the tags. There's a div, there's a div, there's an open div and a closed div. Yeah, I closed them all. What didn't I close? For TB card. All right, what did I miss? Oh, okay. I see what I missed. All right, cool. Kirk is thinking about a conference talk that he might get. Awesome. It's on a topic I really don't understand yet. Hey, you know what? Though here's the way I think about conference talks sometimes is if there's a topic you think is cool, can't find variable text. Need to pull in text. Um, so I made a text component that just adds some styles in, and it's called text. Although we might have an updated version of that called TB text, so we'll see how it looks and if it works. But for conference talks, sometimes what I think is good to do is find a topic that you think is cool that you really want to learn more about, and then write just a little paragraph about it. Submit that to conferences saying, this is what I want to talk about. If you get accepted to a conference, usually you get accepted months in advance. So then you know, all right, other people want to learn about this. They want me to talk about it. Now you can put the time in to make a really good talk. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. And you end up getting to learn about something and teach other people about that thing at the same time, which is really cool. And you get to go to a conference. If you've never been to a tech conference, I definitely recommend it. Um, if you if you don't really have the money to go to a tech conference, apply to be a speaker or a volunteer at the conference, and then usually, like if you're a speaker, you get to go to the conference for free, and then for a lot of conferences, they pay for your flight, and they'll pay for your hotel stay at the conference, which is awesome. If you're a volunteer, I don't know if they pay for everything, but they'll at least give you a free ticket to a conference. So if there's a conference happening near you, where you could like stay at your house and just drive to the conference, then you could probably go for free if you apply to be a volunteer. So definitely recommend it. It's a good way to meet people in your field, meet people who are hiring. Like if you're looking for a job, but even if you're not looking for a job, it's you get to learn a lot and meet other people that do what you do. And let's see, div must be a function received undefined. What did I do? How did I mess up a div? I put in a div and a text and I messed it up. Let's at least let me see if I have TB text. Hmm. Can't find that. All right, let's just pull in import. React Native. I know I can bring this in from React Native. Whoop, there it is. Hmm. I don't know why I'm getting this. All right, well, let's Let's take out this part at least. See what we get. All right, fine. We'll take out all of this, all the stuff we just put in. We'll take it out, see what's going on. I know why I can't put a div in there. Did anybody say this? I feel very ridiculous right now. Here's why divs don't work. Because we're in React Native. We've been working in React for so long. I forgot that divs don't work in React Native. We need to use a view. This is not the web. Got to use a view. Oh man. Amon says, I was wondering the whole time. Yeah. Uh, what a silly mistake. All right. Hey, look at that. We've got a name, Mariana Munoz. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. We need some styles here. So I'm going to do these inline for now, but we are using styled components. So we can switch this over to be styled components when we've got the styles finalized here. All right, so style is going to be flex direction row. Now we've got the text over here. Let me bring up the designs. So we want our text over here, and we can actually get, this is Adobe XD. Well, it's like the web preview version for an Adobe XD file, and we can get the exact styles in here. So I can look here and see, oh, this is 8 pixels. So we're going to give 8 pixels of margin over here. So we can go into this view and say style equals margin left 8. That should give us, yep, there's the margin we need. And you know, we can actually check the size to make sure our size is correct as well. So the size here is 36 by 36. So let's size is going to equal 36. That might have been the default size. I don't know. It looks like it didn't change. So I'm guessing 36 is the default size. And then now below this is where we want to add in our date. So our date's going to go here. There we are. So published 13 days ago. We're going to need a little bit of styling. We also need, whoops. I want to accidentally click. At least it's not taking forever like it was earlier in the stream. Oh, we got some more in the chat here. Let me catch up. Matthias says press Alt Z if you're using Windows. Best function ever, believe me. Alt Z. What does Alt Z do? Is it Alt Z like in the code editor or just Alt Z in general? Let's see. Mom says I thought you had a custom component named div. Actually, that would be a good idea, and then I wouldn't mess it up. I'll just make a custom component called div, and all it is just a view. But at least then I can write div. That's actually it's. I'm trying to decide whether that's a ridiculous idea or whether that's actually a good idea. I mean, potentially, if you did that with your most commonly used web components, you could just copy over something from the web, and I mean, it wouldn't work exactly because there's other differences in the web, but a lot of it would work. Kirk says I'm constantly mixing up syntaxes like that. Yeah, I mean, it's all JavaScript, but it's JavaScript with HTML mixed in. So when you got to deal with the HTML, then that's definitely an opportunity to mix things up. All right, let's style our little avatar name component here. Or what should we do? What else do we need? Let's see what else we need on here. I like to get everything on here first before we get into little styles. What does this button do? I guess we don't have any designs for this button, so I'm going to leave it out for now. Oh, we need these buttons at the bottom. I knew there was something big I was missing. We can put in these buttons. It's going to be the reply is probably for now just going to take the user to the page. Because that would be some work to be able to reply like in line without actually opening this up. Like is going to take some logic, but I think it's doable to add in likes. And then share is not going to be a big deal. Share is probably going to be the easiest one to implement. Well, reply is going to be pretty easy as well if we just make it a link. Right now, this whole thing links to the post, so we're going to have to change that as well. All right, so let's add in some buttons then. I believe we have a component for buttons, so let's try that out. At the bottom here, let's make I almost did a div again. Let's make a view, and we'll give it a style of flex direction row. That's why we can get things in a row when we make flex direction row. Last week, we were also using flex, and the default on web is that the flex direction is row by default. But on React Native, by default, flex direction is column. That's why we have to keep changing it. Let's put in TV button. And see what we have here. Children, disabled, variant color, is loading, icon. Let's look at our TV button. I guess we can just put in whatever we want for the button because we take children at some point. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to put names for now. We'll add in the icons soon. But first, let's see what we get by default. Okay, so this is the default value. Let's see what variants we have. Hmm. What's the flat look like? There we go. That's more like what we want. It's not exactly what we want, but it's no, it's not. I thought there was a little outline there. So we're gonna have to go with solid, and then we will change the color. Now the color is gonna be colors dot what is that? I guess I pulled in the wrong thing. Yep, it did. We have colors coming from somewhere else. See if I can get the right uh, auto import. Try this one. Nope. I'm gonna have to look it up here. There we go. Import colors. I want to use the colors object so that we make sure that we have the correct colors. That's why I'm making sure we get this in here. Like I can just go to the design and find the color, but we already have colors here, which I need to come back out, assets, colors. Is this it? Maybe one more. Oops, there we are. Now I should be able to automatically see. There we are. So gray light. I think that's what we need. See if it'll let us do this. That must have been the text color. All right, so let's see if we have a background color variant. No, we don't. See if we can add this. See about this. Interesting. We might have to add something to this TV button. So it's taking the rest of the props and adding it onto here. But what we really want this is here on the body. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like that was being applied to the background. So we need to refactor this. If we're going to use this as a button, which we probably should, we're going to have to refactor it. So let's bring in our styles for this as well. Let's see what we have here. So button variations. Let's add a variation of background color. Oh yeah, TP button props. Oh, why do we have... We have a button colors prop. Let's see what this accepts. Purple, white, purple light, color white, and red. Hmm. maybe we could use. I want to see what color is being used now, because it seems like the default color is purple. That's the background color. So we should be able to just put in a background color. So if it's icon, it's this. We don't want icon. We want this. So animated label. Loading container. Let's see what happens if we put in one of the supported colors. So purple, white. Let's go purple light and see if that works. Let's get rid of that and put in purple lights. All right. That actually works. I mean, technically that's purple lights. Let me look at this again and see. Let's look at our designs again. See what the color is. Whoops. F4. See if we have something that's like an F4 here in colors. So purple light is definitely not F4. Let's see what our gray is. Tag. Interesting. This is the color we want, and it's called tag. Okay. Wouldn't have thought about that, but at least we have the color in our colors thing. So we use the color called tag, but we need to change this. So like right now, I can't put that color in. It's not an option. So we need to change that and from button colors and say we can also put in the color tag. So let's save that. And we'll go to our button. No, actually, we don't need to. We should just be able right here from post now to put in the correct button color. Should be assignable. I saved it. Button colors. Oops. That's why. There we are. All right, let's see. Alex asks, what tool is the mobile phone thing on the right? This is the Android simulator. So if you have Android Studio downloaded on your machine, then you'll get the Android simulator as well. Or Android emulator, I think it's called. All right, so we have this color in. Now it should work. Save it. The problem, though, I think, is that our text is now the same color. No, it's not, because it should just be solid. So what's the problem? Let's see. Okay. I need to add an if statement here. If color equals tag, whoops, return colors dot tag. There we go. All right, so that's the color. Set body background, set body border. There's no border, but let's see what we need to set the font to. So Dove Gray, this is 636363. Let's go to our colors file and see what we have there. Gray dark. All right, so label color. So if variant is solid, and if color equals tag, then return colors dot gray dark. All right, there we go. That's that is exactly as is supposed to be in the designs. You could see last week we were working on, and the week before we were working on more of a greenfield project, so things went much more quickly. Working on an already established project is much slower, right? Because I could just go in and it would have been faster for me to hand code all this. But like we already have a system, right? And so now that I'm working within the system and I've just added this color to this button variant, what it can do potentially is the next time we have to work on this, we have this variant all coded, we can reuse it. Other engineers working on this can reuse it. So this is more of like the proper way to code in a larger project, especially when you have multiple engineers working on it. So it's slower. It's definitely not as fun. In my opinion, it's not as fun like as just seeing a lot of stuff happen. But the end result is much more stable, and like over time, your code base should be getting more usable. And you can see how often we're using TypeScript. Like I keep hovering over things to see what we can do with these components. Without TypeScript, I wouldn't be able to do all that. So that's very, very helpful. Okay, let's see. So that's our button, and we have the correct colors and everything. So I'm going to copy it and give us two more buttons. So we have reply, like, and share. So see all our buttons here. Nice. The share button, though, is going to have, it's going to be aligned on this side. So let's see if we can do this. Style equals align self. We're going to say align self is flex end. Whoa. Oops, can't put equals there. Align self colon flex end. Oh, that didn't work. I was hoping it would work. All right, we're going to have to do, let's do this. I need to make this. All right, it's not gonna work. All right, let's take this out. Not all of it. Just this. Let's try to do this. Um, the whole thing goes. I didn't want all of it to do that. All right, I'm gonna try a little trick here. Oops, didn't move it down far enough. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm trying to do. Why didn't that work? Mm. All right, what I'm trying to do is have this aligned here and the other two buttons here, like we have it in our component, but it's not working. Well, here's what we could do. We're gonna try to do this. And then this is gonna be justify content space between. There we are. Okay, so here's what we've done. We've taken these two buttons and wrapped them in a view and basically just given that a flex direction of row, so they're in a row. Then in the container that contains all of these, we have two children. One is this view container, one is this button, and we've given that the justify content property of space between, which spaces them with the maximum space in between that you can give them. Right? So that's how we, using flex, can achieve this. I was trying to achieve it without adding this extra view, and it just didn't work. Flex can be a little tricky, but it's very powerful. Usually, most of the time when I'm using flex, unless it's something that I had just done recently, I have to try a couple of times to get it to work. But it almost always works out in the end. All right, but we have our buttons here. We need to do some things though. Right now, if I click any of these buttons, it triggers the on click that's on this entire card. So right now, this entire card is wrapped in this pressable component. We need to get rid of that. What we can do though is copy this and put it on this TB button component. Which hopefully that'll work. Yep. And then we need to move let's move this key down. And we'll want, what else we want to be pressable? Yeah, let's move the key down here. And then let's move this margin bottom down here. make it 16. We're going to get rid of this. And we're going to move our pressable down here to this, to be inside the card. And we're going to move pressable up here to be inside the card. But we want it to be inside this view. So if you click up here, you're still going to go to the post, but if you click down here, it'll be the buttons. Let's see if that works. All right, so I can click down here. I'm clicking right now, nothing's happening. If I click up here, I still go to the post. Cool. And if I click reply, I go to the post. All right, cool. Let's add in some icons. That's the name. I couldn't think of the word icon. Let's add in the correct icons, and I'll show you what we have set up for adding icons. First, let's see what we need. Uh-oh. My stream was... I think my stream is lagging. Something's wrong with my stream quality. Let me know if you can still see the stream, if everything's all right. YouTube's telling me the stream quality's bad, but I don't... Everything seems okay on my end, other than that message. All right, stream seems like it's fine, so we'll keep going. Let's add in some icons. And let's see. So we'll need a reply, a heart, and a share icon. And we can click on these and get some more details. Material, it's the material reply. So we have a component called TB icon. And we can give the icon vendor, and it's going to be material icons, and then the name is going to be, let's see, I guess reply. We'll see if that works. Hey, it worked. All right, cool. And we need to give it a size. It's like 14 by 12 here. So let's see if we give it a size of 14, if that looks good. Actually, it looks like it needs to be bigger. Make it 16. Let's go 20. 20 looks better. Let's give this a style. Justify content and center and align items. Center. It's not quite working here. Probably because this is now too big. Maybe 18 would be better. Yeah, the icon is just not really... Let's put this inside of a text. And see. Really want to know why this icon is up like that. Let's try another icon just to see if we get the same, if it's just this icon or if they're all going to be a little off center. Let's see what this heart icon is. Awesome heart, so that's probably font awesome. TV icon, vendor, font awesome, and then name is going to be, what's that? Heart. Yeah, that one is not exactly what we see. So it looks like I kind of would think that we would want it not outline, and then when you actually liked it, it would outline. I mean, for now I'll go with the designs, but it seems like we would want some indication that hey, you're actually liking this post. Definitely need a little bit of padding as well. I'm gonna put some padding on here. Let's see what we need between there. Like 4 pixels of padding, maybe. I don't know what I was thinking there. Style equals margin left 4. That's weird. We got nothing. The heck? Maybe expects a single child of type string, but multiple children were provided. Interesting. Let's see if we did this. They want, is this what we pass in? It looks like TB icon lets us pass in, or a TB button lets us pass in an icon. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's try it like that then. Oop, forgot the comma. All right, now let's see what it does. Okay, that's not bad. Um, yeah, that's very, very close to the designs. So let's put in the share button in the same way. And this is also from Font Awesome, and it's the share alt icon. Oops. Keep forgetting that's an object. All right, cool. So the icons are a little bit large compared to the designs. So I think we need. Hmm, I mean, reply actually looks perfect. Maybe a little bit extra padding, but reply looks good. But the other icons do look a little large. I wonder. I wonder if there is a style already for this. So the font size for, I don't think so. The font size for icons is 20. There doesn't seem to be any way to change that. I'm going to leave it for now. Just because we have it basically down. The other thing that we need to do style-wise is we need to deal with this text, which we can put this in a web view. Let's see where we're also using web view and just copy that. Or using HTML view. I don't know if I want to go into all the HTML view stuff. Let's just try to add a simple web view. Yeah, I can't remember the syntax, but you. It's not going to show me everything for web view. All right, let's pull this up. Web view, React Native. Oops, I want the documentation. Yeah, so we need to put in source HTML. There we are. We're going to try this and see how it looks. Nothing. We're getting nothing. Source. I need to add in. Maybe I need to add this in. It should be. Because the string could potentially be undefined, although it's not undefined here. So this should be HTML. All right, let's see in our. So we're using this here. Oops, of course we have. Okay, here we have HTML just in here. We might have to use the HTML view. All right, let's try to use HTML view. Oh, you know what? I think we need to give WebView a. There we are. We need to give it a little something. All right, looks like existing styles are going to be messed up. We've got a problem. Let me see what you all think. The problem is this. Right now, when the user enters in content, it gets put in as HTML. I think we're going to take that away so it's not put in as HTML anymore. So we're going to have a situation where we have some older content, just a little bit, but a little bit of content that's going to be in HTML and the rest of the content that's not. I'm just kind of wondering, like, all right, what's like what's the best way to deal with this? Um, I guess we have to support both. It'd be interesting to see like how much old content do we actually have that's like user created and not just test stuff. I don't know the answer to that right now. I'll have to check it. But for right now, you can see we do have some content here. It's just appearing really small, and it also is showing like images, which we don't really want. Let's go back. I know we had some content that was non-HTML content. Oh, took us way out of here. Here's some non-HTML content. I want to see how that gets rendered. So like Tabella Updates has some older posts back before we had HTML. At least the ability to input. Okay, that just gets rendered like that. All right, we need to put in some styles, which I think we're doing this already. Yeah. All right. Whoops. This is how we're doing it. So you need to add in this meta tag. I'm just going to copy the whole thing. So it's going to be post contents. All right. If this works, I'll explain why I'm doing this. All right, cool. It worked. Excellent. So here's why I did it like this. Um, if you don't put this viewport with device initial scale 1, everything shows up really small. So that's why I switched it to this. And the source accepts an object, and if you pass in HTML as the key, it's expecting a string. So that's why we did a template literal, and we added in the rest of our HTML. So if this were, consider this basically like an HTML page, and we added in a meta tag to the top of our HTML page. All right, let's see how this looks like with the real HTML content. I don't know why the app keeps crashing every time I hit the back button. It doesn't do that on the real app, so at least I hope we haven't introduced that bug. So let's check it out here, see what we have. All right, not bad. Just saying hi. Okay. And we're gonna have some issues with images, so we may have to like strip out images or just not worry about it for now, because we might not worry about it for now. I don't know that we're gonna allow users to upload images inline like we are here, so I think we're okay for now. All right, not bad. Let's see. It says React Native doesn't have dangerously set enter HTML. Yeah, well, basically, it'll let you put HTML in there because it's not going to run. You could see it like displayed all the HTML directly because your mobile phone by default can't, like inside of an app, it doesn't display HTML. If we wrap it in a web view, it basically is like a little web browser, and it can interpret it. So before this had divs around it and stuff, and now it's just saying hi. Oh wow. Every time I click anything, it's crashing now. I hope I'll have to test this on a real device, and hopefully we don't get the same issues. But I think I'll probably stop for now.
Breath of the Wild.
Okay, ask your brother.
I already did.
The kids are home from school, so one of them just asked for help with a video game. But all right, where was I at? Oh, I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up now. We basically have the style down. We need to add in some functionality. So we've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. So I say now's a good time to take a little break. Probably stream on this again this week. Maybe add in some functionality. There's a couple of bugs that needs fixed as well, and then the form to actually input this data needs some work as well. So we'll work on that later this week. But until then, I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for joining the stream and for joining in the chat. And also continue the conversation in the comments. I'm happy to answer the comments and if you got them. And so have a great day.